We got a Sephora box, a haul, a try on first impressions. Let's get something out of the way. One, my space buns are uneven. I know. Some people hate them, some people love them. I honestly think they're so cute. And I kind of wanted to do this like metallic look on my eyes today with the new Natasha Denona palette that I bought. And you know what? I'm just going with it. So if you hate it, I'm sorry, but I just really like it and it makes me happy. So that's what we're doing today. So welcome to today's video. I need to change my memory card. A lot of this stuff is actually stuff I found on TikTok. I know the amount of times I say that on my channel is unbelievable, but a lot of this stuff I have never tried before. Some of it I have, and I've just never done it on camera, and I just haven't really been doing like a lot of makeup tutorials or looks or anything. So I wanted to do it today, so I'm very excited. I do have Lashify lashes on right now. They are F16 and F14. And they're kind of big, so I don't know how well I'll be able to do an eye makeup look on top of these lashes. I've never tried it before, but we're gonna do it today. Oh, you need to look at my nails real quick. They have little like space and galactic stuff on it, and I just felt like everything, like it just went with everything. So without further ado, welcome to today's video. I don't have anything on my actual skin right now. Before I prime it, I wanted to try this new Summer Fridays Heavenly all-in-one face oil. I go back and forth with face oils. When it's starting to get cooler and drier here, I tend to gravitate more towards oils. So, ooh, I love this bottle. This is so stinking cute. Look at this. Oh, I love Summer Friday stuff. I love their jet lag mask. Amazing. All right, so we're gonna put this all over my skin as like a prep primer because you know me, I love to be glowy. So we're just gonna do like a full dropper, and I'm going to like press this into my skin because I really want it to be super dewy and glowy. It doesn't really have any scent to it, which I like. I love when skincare products are just nice and faint in the scent department. Ooh, yes, girl, we love that. We love a good dew. I recently have been putting, maybe we'll just do both. We'll just go all out. This is the Dr. Brandt Triple Eye Cream. I usually, let me show you what I use during the day. This I really got for nighttime. This is what I've been doing during the day, especially when I don't have makeup on. This is the new 24/7 Power Swipe Tula Eye Balm. The reason why I like this is because number one, it's not colored, but it still gives like such a nice sheen. Can you see that? And it really hydrates your under eyes and just looks so nice. And this has like the actual eye cream benefits, whereas like the other balms, like the orange one and the pink one, those are more just so for like brightening, but that one actually has eye cream stuff in it. So I usually like that, but I want to try this cream. You know, I really need to get better at doing eye cream. I just never do it. And if you feel like your under eye area gets really dry, and especially with makeup, I would highly recommend getting a good under eye cream. Now this I did not just get. This I had in my little skincare fridge. I think this was even like a sample size or something. It's just called Dewy Eyed Illuminating Eye Serum, and I love serum. So I'm gonna use this as well because I really want my under eyes to be super hydrated for this look. My skin is really thriving today, so we have to take advantage of that. Okay, so before we actually go in to do the eyes and the face and all that, I'm using my tried and true. This is the Tula Blurring and Moisturizing Filter Primer. This is my all-time favorite primer. I have so many primers, and honestly, I just continue to go back to this one because it is so hydrating, but really smooths out your skin and gives like such a nice, like look at that. It's so good. And usually the ones that are like filtery or blurring, they're so mattifying, and I just don't really love that. I'm gonna just leave that face primer on, like just let it sit while we do the eyes. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Anastasia primer. Oh boy, this is gonna be a mess, I already know. I don't think I'm gonna even be able to get the bottom part of my lid. Also, I do not like the way that just set. Can you see that? That like did not set evenly on my lid. Huh, good to note. Usually I like the Too Faced either glitter primer or just like their regular one, and this is something different, so not a huge fan. Do the brows. I just got my brows tinted and shaped a few days ago, so they're looking really good right now, and I don't honestly need to fill in a ton. I'm just gonna take the Anastasia Brow Definer and just fill in a little bit of sparse spots, and that really made my skin flaky. Can you tell that? Oof, boy, we're already starting off rough today. Just a little in the front. I really just like am missing hair in my arches from all of my years of plucking my brows as a young teenager, which remember when that was in to have like the skinniest brows of all time. So this product came in a separate box from my Sephora order. I hate when that does that, so I already opened it. But this is the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Pen. And I want to show you this up close because I've never seen a wand like this before for brows. And it's a very stiff spoolie type thing. But I like how it doesn't like make them stick up so much. I'm not really a huge fan of the lamination look, I'll be honest, but I do like when your brows look just a little bit fluffy, especially because I don't really have a ton of hair on my brows anyway. So that is all I'm doing for the brows, and I like the way that that looks, so we're gonna leave that. Put it in a protective box so it doesn't shatter. This new retro palette has gotten some mixed reviews because apparently her retro mini palette is like greens and like some peaches and pinks with some tan shimmers, and this palette is all like very romantic burgundy pink shades. I'm gonna give you a look up close. Oh wow, oh my goodness, that is so pretty. I'm gonna take a couple pieces of Scotch tape. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. I did this actually when I did Morgan's makeup for her wedding, and it just really helps keep such a harsh and sharp line for your shadows. I mean, you could always go in and clean it up afterwards with like a makeup wipe or whatever, but I don't know. Casey Holmes used to do this back in the day, and I've just always done it, so we're gonna do it today. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this color Andy right here, and I am going to basically put this all over my crease. Now listen here, this is the first time I have ever tried to do an eyeshadow look with Lashify lashes on. That primer is an absolute no. This is why I like to do Sephora hauls or like makeup hauls or whatever, first impressions, because sometimes, you know, you buy things based off people's hauls, but you don't really know how they like them. And when you can see it, you know, like first use, and you're like, oh hell no, then I saved you some money. First impressions of this, and I really like Natasha Denona's stuff anyway, but this shade in particular is blending super nice, and this eye seems to be cooperating much more than the other. I don't know why, but something's going on here with this lid, and I'm not loving it. Also, I know my lips look a little wonky on this side. It's because I have all these brackets and it's pushing my lip out. So please, I don't have a botched lip filler job right now. It is literally because I've got 3 teeth in a row with these brackets, and it sticks my tooth out and it makes it look lumpy, okay? All right, this color is super pretty. I love this for a transition shade. So pretty. Then I'm gonna take a little bit more of a denser brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush JH33. And I think I'm going to go in with the color Groove, which is just like a darker purpley. Ooh, we're gonna have to build this up lightly. Look at that. Purpley mauve kind of, and I'm only gonna pack this in the outer corner. Note to self, and anybody who does Lashify or any of these lash extensions, it is much more difficult to do this with lashes on. And I'm kind of scared because then if I do this, I can't really see. Oh, that's all right. Look at that. There we go. Look at me go. But like, see, there's like a whole chunk of color missing. Again, because my lashes are kind of covering it for the most part, like I don't really have to be so precise, because you see like once I open my eyes, it kind of covers. So I'm not too worried about it. Then I'm going to take this psychedelic color, which it's kind of washed out on camera, but it's definitely a very pigmented glitter. Oh yeah. Oh no. All right, so a little clumpy, and from the reviews that I've read, you have to be really careful with this and like pack this on lightly. So big oops on my part, because now it's in my lashes. But that's okay. I want you guys to get the full experience of this palette. I mean, it's pretty. It's definitely really, really nice. And I'm not gonna go too crazy with it because honestly, I'm just putting this on for the video. Can I get that out of my lashes or what? I absolutely love these colors. And they definitely blend really nicely, but I mean, all of Natasha Denona's stuff does, so. Ugh, I'm just such a sucker for pinks and purples though, so. I take a super small like highlighter brush and I'm gonna use Glitz, which is like an even lighter pinky, and I'm gonna put that right on the inner corner. I was thinking about doing a wing with this, but honestly, I kind of like this as is. I think I might just leave it. And I'm gonna go back in with the Groove color, which is that like darker one, the darker purpley, and I'm gonna buff that out onto my lower. I'll kind of like flick it up into the corner too, so it blends into that outer corner. I'm going in with this Andy color. That's the original one that I put for my transitional shade. And I'm just gonna buff out the bottom. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for my eyes. I just wanted to see it, test it out a little bit. I really like it. I do wish the glitter shades were a little bit less packed, as weird as that sounds. I just don't like when they get clumpy like that, but that could also just be because I'm impatient and I don't like to spend hours doing my eyeshadow. Well, I have this from Charlotte Tilbury, which is just like this flawless filter. It's a base, and I have it in the shade light medium, but it's not a foundation. You can kind of put it underneath foundation, or sometimes on days when I don't want to wear makeup, I'll just put that on. But this is the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation. I've never used her foundation before, so I'm a sucker for this packaging. I'm gonna use a beauty blender for this because personally, I like the look of beauty blender foundation as opposed to brushes. Another thing too is if you're getting into makeup and you're doing your eyes first and you hate it, just wait it out. Do your whole face before you decide you hate it, because your eyes look wonky before you do the rest of your face. And this is something I've learned the hard way after wiping my eyes off numerous times and wishing I had stuck it through. Right off the bat, this is super blendable and feels really good on the skin. I will say it definitely is a little bit yellow, which I always do that. I always pick the neutral. Ooh, I need to buff that out. Hold on a second. This edge here is a little too. I always pick foundations with yellow undertones, and I do not have yellow undertones, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. Again, you gotta trust the process. Yeah, it's 5.5 is the shade. But what's interesting is that the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which I love, is in shade 5.5, and it definitely does not have a yellow undertone. And that's the shade that I picked on like the Sephora Find My Shade thing. So it may just need to oxidize, but looking at it on camera with the bright light, I'm like, oh shit. We're gonna add bronzer and contour and all the things. That's gonna be okay. It's somewhat hydrating and glowy looking, but still pretty full coverage. Like that was only like a pump and a half, and I feel like that really gave me a lot of coverage. So I haven't had anything from Charlotte Tilbury that I haven't liked, to be honest with you. But okay, new product, TikTok find. Of course, it was sold out forever, so I was so excited to get my hands on it. This is the Anastasia Cream Bronzer in the shade Golden Tan. Again, super nice packaging. I'm going to do this. Ooh, look at that color. I'm gonna use a contoured beauty blender for this, and I'm going to just put it on the pointy part, and we're gonna press it onto the skin. Oh, love that. I have been using the Tarte Sea Breeze cream bronzer and loving it, and everyone who loved that said that they loved this. And this is like a really pigmented color. Can you see that? I'm gonna have to buff that out a little bit because I pulled it a little bit too low, but super hydrating and glowy, and this color is perfect. Anastasia stuff for me has kind of been hit or miss, to tell you the truth, but we're gonna give this a try, and I'm gonna clean that up, so don't worry. All right, I also stopped getting Botox in my crow's feet. I forgot to talk about this when I was mentioning getting my Botox in my forehead, which is why you only saw me get it in my forehead, because I felt like you couldn't really get a good like squinty smile, you know, when you get Botox there, because it freezes those muscles. So I stopped getting it, and I like it. You know, I mean, I know it's wrinkly and your makeup settles, but I feel like it looks better. I did not get new concealer to try because I still absolutely love this Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Multi-Use Concealer. This is in the color Vanilla, which honestly is, again, a little bit too light for me, but it's okay. We're rolling with it. It looks so yellow on camera. I really hope it doesn't look this bad in real life, but we'll take pictures afterwards and see. Then I'm just gonna use a beauty blender and go back in and do the TikTok way, okay? We're no longer doing triangle concealers, if you need to know the trends and what's on point, you're supposed to put it in the corner and drag it up to give yourself a little bit of a facelift, and then do the same thing at the bottom. See, look at that. Wow, she has a jawline. Who is she? And same thing on the nose. I don't, you know, honestly, I don't really ever care too much about contouring my nose. That's like the one thing I actually don't hate about myself, so that's nice. Let's just set that under eye. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder on the same damp beauty blender and just go right over where I just packed that concealer. I'm definitely gonna deepen up the bronzer with the Marc Jacobs bronzer that I already have because it's not tan enough for the rest of me. And you know, the reason why I like doing makeup tutorials every now and then is because I feel like, at least from what I've been told, I don't do too much to where it's difficult to follow. So let me know if you like seeing these makeup videos every now and then, because I try to make it as, you know, user-friendly as possible. Then I'm gonna take the Tarte Breezy Cream Blush. This looks tan, but it is actually like a mauve-y, doesn't have any description on it, but it's a mauve-y darker pink, and I just feel like that would look nice with the eye look that I did. And I'm gonna press it on the apples of my cheek and then like drag it up a little bit as well. I don't know what's up with these colors on my monitor. It looks whack, but in the mirror, it looks good. Okay, so the more that the makeup's been sitting, the more I really like it. And it is for sure a very full coverage and very like blurring. It just like really evens out your skin tone and it looks so nice. Okay, we're gonna bake today. I didn't bake in my last video, so I'm just gonna take this angled Morphe sponge and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder again, and just gonna basically go right over where I contoured and kind of make that harsh line. Because this is more of like a fun look, I'm gonna take this NYX white liner and just do a light little line on my waterline because, oh God, because I like that it makes your eyes pop. For an everyday look, I definitely would not recommend this because it does look a little bit harsh. For a look like this where you want it to be like fun and just like, just, you know, gives it a little bit extra. And then for my bottom lashes, I'm using the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, and we're just gonna pop that on the bottom lashes. I actually ordered the Jaclyn Hill liquid highlighters because Michaela from TikTok loves it, but it didn't come yet. I would have loved to use that today, but instead I'm gonna use the Benefit Cookie highlighter, which has been my ride or die for quite some time now, and that's what we're gonna highlight with today. MAC Whirl is like the most universal shade that you could ever use for any look ever. It is so pretty, so flattering on so many different skin tones. And my lip on the left side like doesn't, it's not even with my right side, so I always overline my left side even more. This is not symmetrical, and no amount of filler can fix that. That is just the way my lips have always been. A good like tip when you're doing lip liner is to pull your lips like that and then make sure that it doesn't look like janky or crooked. Honestly, like look, you could just wear this color by itself. This is my ride or die lip liner. We are going to use another Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Super Nudes Luminous lipstick in the shade Catwalking. Charlotte Tilbury, super cute gold packaging. We love that. This color, ooh, wow. A little bit more of a brownie nude, but so creamy. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is so pretty. Wow. Then to buff off our bakage, I'm just gonna use a Morphe buffing blender brush, and we're gonna just go over where we did the bake. I kind of like press this in to still give it somewhat of a line, but without being too much. Ow, I love it. This side is a little bit too harsh, hold on. If you feel like it's still too much, you can always go back in with a beauty blender and still like buff out on top of where you put the bronzer and just make it a little bit more airbrushed. That makeup, the foundation, love it. I feel like because we used the foundation, we should use the airbrush flawless filter on top. Ooh. And then I always like to make sure I go back with my beauty blender and make sure there's no like little water droplets. I really hope this doesn't look super yellow on the camera like the way it's looking in my monitor, but honestly, in the mirror. It's so pretty. I love it. All of other things that I just wanted to show you guys that I purchased. I got this Ole Henriksen Dewtopia 20% acid night treatment. I've never used a night treatment with acid in it before, so, oh, samples. This is the Tatcha, the rice wash. And then I got this I'm gonna butcher this name, Claudeli Detox Vinergetic C+ Instant Detox Mask. Amika. I'm not really crazy about Amika's shampoos and conditioners, but Intense Repair Mask, Bust Your Brass. And I do love an anti-brass hair mask. I'll let you know how that is. But this is everything else that I purchased on my face. And honestly, I like it. I think it looks great. And even though my space buns are crooked, if I turn to the side, you really can't tell, and that's what matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little makeup video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe so you never miss Monday or Thursday with Manders. And that's a wrap for me. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next one.